get me. My lip gloss isn't on. But,
So now you're good.
No, when Ethan was diagnosed, he was 5 years old. And just at that time is when Lance was diagnosed as well. So it was just perfect timing that we just kind of followed him along. You know, we're like, look at what this guy's doing, Ethan. You know, to get him through the cancer treatment. So Ethan followed Lance for quite a few years.
How old was Ethan when he died?
Ethan was 5 when he was diagnosed and 14 when he passed away.
And it was just last year, right?
It was March of 2008. March 15th of 2008.
What did he have?
He was initially diagnosed with a brain tumor, and we went through 5 rounds of surgery, 5 rounds of intensive chemo, stem cell transplant, and then he relapsed like 2 months later. And then we had to do full-blown radiation to his brain and spine. And, you know, we were very, very limited on what type of chemo or any chemos that hit. Brain tumors are very, very difficult to treat. And so we kind of, at that point, decided to try and still work with the doctors, always looking for, you know, that possible cure out there. And so we did just homeopathic, all natural things, and tried to make his body as strong as we could and still fight the cancer. And he did very well. Unfortunately, in 2002, he ended up getting leukemia from some of the chemo that we gave him when he was 5. So then he was diagnosed with the leukemia, which was a 3-year chemo treatment. And the doctors offered, they said, you know, we don't think there's any way that his body will be able to withstand 3 years of chemo. It's pretty rough on top of everything he had already had in his younger years. And they said it was an option not to do treatment, and we chose because we know that there's such a high cure rate with leukemia. They're doing just great things with that, so we chose a treatment. First 3 days of chemo, he was in remission right off the bat. And the doctor said, you know, we can't even believe, they said, we saw this kid so sick coming into this hospital, and he was so sick. We've never seen a kid after hitting him 3 days hard with chemo walk out of here looking healthy. And they just knew something. He had already surpassed any estimates that they had for him for the brain tumor, because it's a highly aggressive, very rare form of a brain tumor. And he had already survived so many years with that and everything staying stable. But we just, you know, he was just so strong-willed and determined, and all he wanted to do was be a normal kid and play basketball and bowl and golf and play baseball and go to school. And he was like, hey, let's just get it done, and we'll go in and do our treatment and be done with it, and he'd be, we're on to a game, you know, or off to school. We never let it slow him down. And so he remained on the leukemia treatment, and then we started having some more problems with the brain tumor. We had a relapse about every year with the brain tumor, and we just kept such a close eye on it. We would see a slight little change and do various forms of treatments. We went all over for doctors, and we had great doctors right here at our children's hospital. We're very fortunate to be in the Midwest and have doctors that we do here. But we also have worked with lots of doctors all over the country. So the brain tumor ended up being what ended up taking his life. And he bowled. What did he bowl? He played in a basketball tournament the night before he basically went into a coma. He played a basketball tournament with his team. What, three games? 2 games. 2 games, because the third game was canceled, and he was just mad as all get out.
He actually bowled his highest game ever in bowling, like
2 days before.
2 days before he went into the hospital.
He didn't stop.
He didn't stop.
He just did not stop. And so when, we just keep looking at it, when we brought our 5-year-old in to the doctor and they said he had cancer, they gave us an experimental treatment. We did the stem cell transplant, we did the surgery, intensive chemo, just to have him relapse 2 months later and have it even far worse than what it was. They had only given us 6 months. And then when he relapsed the first time, he said, probably no more than 3 months from this point. But we had 9 years. We had 9 years. And those were all good years. I mean, there was cancer and cancer treatment throughout the entire time. But it was, we had 9 years of life with him. So,
yeah, you guys are amazing. I don't know how you do it. Really don't.
It's you're not given much of a choice. So, actually he was the one that kind of kept us going. He was the one that wasn't going to let cancer bother him and get him down or stop him from doing anything. It's like, heck no. So we just had to follow his lead. We did. We just followed his lead. So he was an amazing kid.